To my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another light novel reviews. Yes, I'm back to making more light novel reviews for you guys, and I'm gonna try to be more frequent with these, as more frequent as possible. It does take more effort to read a chapter of a light novel than to read a chapter of a manga. So this is going to be on the 5th chapter of Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in the Next Life? Long title. So man, Adele has run away and for her life. She doesn't want to die. And before I start explaining what that means, I want to say, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. Also, if you haven't seen the first 4 videos on this series, go watch it in my channel. I will tag a playlist at the end of this video. And lastly, guys, if you don't want the 5th chapter to be ruined, then don't watch this video until you've read the 5th chapter, then come back and tell me what you thought about it. So, the 5th chapter starts with explaining how Adele attracts people in days off. And they explain that on days off, the baker used to not sell as much bread because a lot of people on their day off didn't want to go out to buy food. They just wanted to stay home. A lot of people were working at home for the most part. So a lot of the bread wasn't really sold on days off. But ever since Adele started working with the bakers in the bakery, a lot of young men were going to the bakery to buy food. And Adele was very oblivious about all this. Anyways, one day while she's working, she hears that there's, a big commotion outside. She goes and see what's the matter. And it's the 3rd princess, Morena, coming in or passing by in her carriage. And essentially there's a little boy crossing, and he gets on the way of the carriage. A knight starts bullying him, and Adele does what she shouldn't have done, was defend the boy in front of everyone using a shield that no one had ever seen before. It's so much of a power that the knight, that's supposed to be a guard to a princess, can't destroy it. So she quickly thinks that it would be a better idea if she starts faking that she's a goddess taking control of Adele's body. So she starts performing more magic, way more advanced, making her whole body shine. And the knights are afraid, and she says, you know what, I'm taking over this vessel. Don't dare hurt the kid, etc., etc. So whole thing happens there. Essentially the goddess tells the knights, oh yeah, and don't tell the vessel that I used her, and don't bug her anymore. Thinking Adele that she was going to get rid of the knights for good after this. So what happens is the knights go on their own journey with the princess. Princess talks to her dad, the king, and the king says, you know what, it'll be well and it'll be good if this girl is on your side, so become friends with her. So Morena asked of her knights to go to the academy. Adele was wearing her uniform, so they say, go to the academy, find the girl, and invite her for breakfast, and we can come out in public that we're friends. So they do that. Adele convinces the knight to go and retrieve a different girl, which is her stepsister, because Adele doesn't want her family to think that she's trying to take control of the family money, family line. So she's afraid of her life. She thinks she's going to be killed. So it goes so much where he sends them to get her stepsister, Priscilla. And on one day, she packs everything, writes 4 letters for people, and then just runs away. We don't know where she went. She just runs away. So the next day, the trio of friends, Marcella, Arena, and Monica get a card. The teacher gets a card. The bakers get another card. So just explaining what happened, and Kelvin gets very worried about it, and Marcella kind of encourages him, saying, you know what, this might not be the last time. She's a very interesting and powerful girl. We might see her again. So in all this, the party starts in the kingdom, and when Priscilla shows up with her Bencant, they start trying to unravel why she showed up and not Adele. So much where they figure out that Priscilla's family did so much to go and kill Adele's mother and grandfather just to assure that Adele did not take over the bloodline of their family, and they throw Priscilla and her Vicomte into the dungeon, and they go and sent out to get her mother as well and to go search for Adele. The king says, don't hesitate in using as many soldiers as you want to find this girl. So, man, Adele is in a pickle. Adele thinks that the king wants to kill her as much as her family because they want to make sure that the true heir of the fortune would be Priscilla, and she thinks that the king and the knights are going to dissect her and study her and basically destroy her as a person. So she's afraid for her life. She's running away. We don't know where she went. We don't know if there's going to be a time jump. The fact that we had a time jump in the last chapter, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another time jump in this next chapter. So, overall, great story. I don't see anything bad about it, and I'm really excited about what's going to happen in the next few chapters that we have in the first volume, and then we have a few extra stories that we have at the end that I'll also review for you guys. So thank you so much for watching the video, guys. If you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, and if you have a comment of what do you like for me to see, or what would you like to see for me to review in the light novel genre, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for all the love and support, guys, that you guys already give me. And guys, like always, don't be strangers.